Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Movement Radio. I am Chip Hazard.
I'm Talon Williams.
And I'm Roger Sierra.
And we are here in Cleveland, Tennessee at the world-famous Plus Ultra Coffee Company right here at Bradley Square Mall here in Cleveland, Tennessee. And we here just enjoying some coffee. I got me London Fog. This is Earl Grey mixed with some vanilla. Chip's over here rocking. What you doing?
Two drinks.
Now 2 drinks now because
I'm double fisting it over here. I have a mixed berry smoothie, and this is the Black Clover. It's an Irish cream and Ghirardelli chocolate.
Yeah.
Mixed.
So yeah, I haven't gotten to that one yet, but we will let you know how that goes.
I also broke my no caffeine rule this year. I am having a Plus Ultra specific coffee called the Gojo. It's a drip coffee and it's super delicious. I might be saying that because I haven't had caffeine all year and it's in the middle of the year, so it's great. And I'm going to break it again to have the Irish, the Black Clover myself too. But I'm also drinking my water out of my Nosuke cup, so
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Still staying my hydration levels.
Yeah. You're going to be wired all outside here in a little bit.
Nah. But we are here at Plus Ultra Coffee Cafe, obviously anime oriented, and today we're going to be doing some anime episodes. And I pretty much just want to ask you guys a generalized question, sort of just discussion wise, and I want to know, like, if you could live in any anime world or series, which one would it be? And let's go with just as a regular person, not any with the power people or have any of the abilities or anything like that. What normal person life would you live in the anime world?
Well, I think we should let Talon answer this first because he's the newest to anime, so he doesn't have as wide of a
Knowledge
palette.
about that.
So he's only like, what, 10 different anime
10 different animes in, all sprawled over different genres and different ones.
You need to start watching Slice of Life.
Yeah, you keep bringing up Slice of Life, and I've been looking for some, and they got
Horror Me is on Hulu.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And they lied. It's 13 episodes, not 12 episodes, so that list lied.
That list did lie.
Yeah, okay.
That is right.
I definitely look like you recommended me 5 good ones, and we actually got started. Me and my son actually got started watching Demon Slayer.
Yep.
And we're 4 episodes in, and I'm hooked. Like, the show was so good, my wife, who really doesn't care too much for anime, was enjoying the 2nd episode, and I was like, yes, this is awesome.
So the weird thing with Demon Slayer is that people are crapping on it because they say the animation's so good, but the storyline is bad, and they're like, I want my anime to be animated well. Like, I don't see how that's a crutch. That should be such a plus. And people are like, oh, the story's mid. It's anime.
Well,
they're all the same story of the good guy trying to, with a main goal to protect family or find something or get some power while fighting a villain.
But that's the thing, though. Like, I mean, even in the very first episode, you know, when the demons come and they kill his family, you know, and then he realizes, yo, shit, my sister. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it, but you know,
It's in the 3rd season now, so
it's in the 3rd season. But
sorry,
in case,
I get you.
There's people like me who have yet to watch it completely. You know, the demons come and kill Tanjiro's family, and then you take he's taking his sister because he believes at this point she's just wounded, and she's a demon, and she's trying to kill him. Next thing you know, oh God, it's gonna Goji.
No, Goji's
not Goji, the one that comes and tries to kill her in the first episode. The Demon Slayer that tried to kill her in the first episode.
It's the Hashira.
It starts with a G, I know, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. But anyway,
yeah.
But nevertheless, he was like there to kill him. Tanjiro tries to stop. Turns out the demon protects. So now it's like, wait a second, why is a demon protecting a human? So now it right there. Okay, animation. If you want to say the animation is beautiful, but the story is mid. For me, the story is interesting from the standpoint that Tanjiro believed what this man said, where he says the demons come in the evening, they kill everyone, they're bloodthirsty, man-eaters. They're bloodthirsty man-eaters, but the demon is protecting because it's almost like there's still a little sense of his sister that's still left in him to protect.
Yep.
And I have a friend of mine who I work with say, dude, just let you know, and I'm not going to say anything to spoil anything, but just understand that she protects him a whole hell of a lot more than he protects her. I'm like, dude, I'm 4 episodes in. Don't ruin anything for me, because I'm not ruining anything for you. I'm just saying, just watch for that, and it's a story for me. Like, when they say it's mid, I look at it like, okay, it's a story of somebody who is basically learning how to survive on his own, in a sense. Does that make sense?
So the thing with Tanjiro is that he breaks a lot of the shonen protagonist barriers by not being the strongest, most powerful, or like ramping up to a point where he like on one level jumps up. But he's also very humble and wholesome. So him and Deku are probably like the two main ones where they're very humble, very appreciative, and they power up little by little. They don't just ramp up out of nowhere.
Right. It's not like Goku.
Who just trains for like 15 minutes and it's already the next level or something like that.
Yeah, but for me, like, that's more based in reality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I don't understand why people saying it's a mid show. Like, it's an anime. You can only have certain stories. It's a world based in demon slaying. Like, what are you expecting? Like,
yeah,
I just don't get it. And I love the anime. Like, I'm waiting for season 3, obviously, to finish the marathon because that's what I do now. Marathon shows.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, I'm 4 episodes in and I love it. My son loves it, and my son watches anime a little bit. Like, we have Pluto TV and there's the Anime All Day channel, and he'll catch a few episodes of Naruto here and there, a few episodes of Hunter x Hunter, and shows like that. But yeah, I mean, Demon Slayer right now is probably one that I'm currently enjoying. I want to run through. We're probably going to finish. We're probably going to finish season 1, if not tomorrow, probably within the next few days. Right now, I'm still trying to get through season 1 of Assassination Classroom, which is another weird, which doesn't make sense scientifically, but it's a weird concept of this alien destroys the moon, and then
part of the moon,
and then he comes to Earth. And through whatever government means, these low-level students, he's going to teach them how to kill him. And if he doesn't kill him within a certain period of time, he's going to destroy the world, which is over-cockiness, in a sense, from this creature. But at the same time, it's like, what's the life lesson that I'm trying to learn from watching this anime? And it's like, it doesn't matter where you are societal-wise, you can still elevate yourself to be better, in a sense, and that's what I got out of that show. But it's also really funny at the same time. As far as the original question goes, as to what world would I want to live in, away from having superpowers and things of that nature, I don't really know off the top of my head, because I don't want to be the one that gets eaten by the demons in Demon Slayer, but at the same time, I don't want to end up being, one of the people who have to be assigned to kill this alien in Assassination Classroom either, or being just a random person living in the Dragon Ball world where, next thing you know, you got Vega, shooting shit, and it's like, I'm just here watching these people just destroy the fucking planet. I'm just here doing nothing. You know what I mean? But it is interesting to watch the fight scenes though. So, but Chet, what about you?
I've seen so many anime. It's hard to pick which world I would want to live in, because, like you said, if you choose to live in the Dragon Ball world, you got like, Cell or Piccolo or the androids or Vegeta or a plethora of other villains they just show up because they want to fight Goku, and then half the planet gets blown to bits. And if you live on that half of the planet, you're dead until the Dragon Balls, they wish you back to life, because that's just what they do.
Yeah.
But then, like in Demon Slayer, you're going to get eaten by demons.
Possibly. You may or may not.
Well,
yeah,
that's true. I think if currently, I would probably live in the world of Black Clover.
Just magic everywhere.
Yeah. And I mean, there are villains, but they're not really like, just as a normal person, they're not really going after the normal people to hurt the hero or whatnot. So that's where I would go currently. and that could change tomorrow depending on what anime I watch next or whatnot.
Right. Honestly, and I don't mean to cut you off real quick, but I think another one. I mean, if you're just a random person, you would think that maybe you'd be if you would be like, for example, Blue Lock. You know, if you're a soccer fan, you know, in this world, then you're obviously watching these kick-ass soccer matches and stuff. So that would probably be cool too. You know.
Well, that's the unfortunate thing with Blue Lock. Nobody watches it besides the head dude and like this committee watching all that stuff go down.
They don't have fans. Like, I haven't.
No, they're locked into a facility.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's
It's
weird.
literally just to determine which is a great concept, but it's a stupid concept at the same time because it's like, all right, so I got all these strikers. It's locked in this facility to find who the best one to lead the Japan's national team to, you know, the top tier international play, but whoever doesn't make it is banned from ever joining the national team. That's stupid. Well, I would want these guys as backup.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like-
you got to have your bench players.
Yeah, like that's my thing. Like, what if he gets hurt? Well, I got a second best dude come right on up. Like, but no, that's like my only thing with Blue Lock is like you're never allowed to play for your national team ever again. Guess I'm getting a citizenship somewhere else.
Right.
But for me, on this answer, two things. One, usually that I think of is usually a sports anime to just to cheat, just because I want to be just a regular dude. Nothing's going to happen to me except I want to watch amazing sports.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Like Ace of Diamonds or something.
yeah, like something like that, or Kuroko basketball, Haikyuu, just watch amazing volleyball matches, everything like that. But for overall, when not sports anime, Pokemon.
Yeah. I mean,
I can see that.
in a sport. It could be a sport in the sense you get to see two, you know, Pokemon fight each other. In the
But
sense
you can
that
literally
might
just
be in a
live a
stadium.
casual life.
Yeah.
Just casual life.
What do you do? Like you be sitting there, just, you know, at your house or whatever. You look out the window. It's like, is that a damn? Hang on. We can call. Hey Ash, is that you? Hey, listen, man. Can you please come over here and pick up this damn Pikachu in my yard? Like, I'm scared he's gonna jump in the pool and electrocute everybody, you know, or something, you know.
See, here's the thing, like with Pokemon, like the only danger is like a wild one being rabid, and I mean everybody has a Pokemon.
But does it happen though?
Right.
I mean the Spearows attacked Ash when he was holding Pikachu in the first or second episode. Gyarados attacks in the water, so I might want to go to the lakes. Mewtwo, Lugia tried to destroy the world.
Yeah.
Or save the world.
Gyarados, that's the evolution of
Magikarp.
Magikarp. Okay, yeah. Let's double check.
It's over there, up there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right above
All right.
Broly's.
Sweet. Yeah. We'll put a picture of it up for you guys here in just a minute.
But no, Pokemon is usually my go-to one for that. Other than that, maybe I don't know. It's like I don't know. Most of them are a little too dangerous. Like I'm trying to be safe. I'm not trying to risk it. Like, yeah, I would love to be in the world of like, I don't know, like Naruto. I don't want to be a shinobi. Then I think about it. Do I want to get my ass whooped by Madara when it comes to that Great War?
Right.
I mean, you could say
If I make it that far,
I mean, you could probably say Death Note unless you piss off Light and he brought your name in the Death Note. Like, I mean, that's still scary enough as it is.
you just got to not be a killer or just criminal in general. But I mean, he got to the point where he was killing people just to kill people.
Yeah, the man killed his own damn father. I mean,
He had
where
to.
do you go from there?
He had to.
I get it.
He
I
had
get why
to.
he did it. I get why he did it. Still doesn't make it right. I'm sorry.
He also packed up L in a
He did
lunchbox,
pack L. Yes, he did.
which
And
is
that
a
last episode,
bullshit way.
man, golly,
I told
where
you.
I know you told me. But that last episode, man, where when he just turns around, that scene, no words were said, but no words needed to be said because when he turned around, his eyes are glowing red, and you're just like, that motherfucker,
Rukia,
you know, Rukia, my God.
Please, though, help me.
Yeah, man,
Coward.
went out like a bitch.
Take it like a man. But no, other than that, probably Tokyo Revengers, just because it's a bunch of middle school kids boxing.
Yeah.
That's the one you recommended. That's one of the ones you
Yes, it's on
recommended to me.
HBO.
Yes.
Or season 1 is on HBO Max, and season 2 is
not HBO
No, it's still
anymore.
HBO
It's
Max
Max.
to me.
No, it's just Max.
It's
no,
Max.
it's HBO Max to me. HBO Max to me still. Damn it. But no, and then season 2 is Hulu.
Look, hey, there you go.
But no,
That's that one right there.
That it is.
so now I'm gonna ask the same question, but you get to have powers. So you get to be a side character. I'm not going to say main character because we can't just take over somebody's complete life.
Oh, bullshit.
A side character.
Can we pick our own power?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you can make it make sense.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
since
go ahead.
since you had the question of can you pick your own power, where are you going with that?
Hold on. Before you answer that, another anime I would like to live in without being a normal person would be Food Wars because I get to see people cook good food all day.
Hey,
Oh.
hey, man.
Ooh,
Yes.
that is a good one.
Oh, I get to eat food. Oh, my life's so hard.
You a fan of? You must have been a big fan of Chopped and like Cutthroat
I'm
Kitchen. And all
still
that.
am a fan.
I love
Oh,
it.
And now that's on HBO Max.
I
Yeah,
like
because all the
that.
Discovery stuff moved over, so they
Yeah.
added
Yeah,
all
they
the
did
shows.
get all the Discovery
They
stuff,
also
yeah.
had the food truck fight war one where they compete with all these food trucks. Oh man,
I will tell you that I know we're talking anime, but there is a series on Netflix. It is a barbecue competition.
Yeah.
We watched
Barbecue
that the other
America.
day.
I've already watched
We
it.
watched that
I
the
love
other
'em.
day.
Barbecue America.
No. This is so
It's Barbecue Showdown, wasn't it?
yeah, it's called
Yeah.
Barbecue Showdown. Now, the first season was the
Bar-
Great American Barbecue
Great
Yeah,
American
that's what
Showdown.
it was.
Showdown. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I know. I love it because the second. Have you started watching it?
I binge watched it in a day.
The whole second season.
Yeah.
That trench, man, that was something
That's
different.
true,
Woo, that trench was so. But yo, they had pause, but they had better meat in this season.
Yeah, they did.
When they started pulling out the 2-inch tomahawk steaks, bruh. Oh,
That
Yeah,
then
man.
then they barbecued that whole pig.
I know, dude. That to me is like the scariest thing in barbecue. Barbecuing is doing a whole hog.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so hard to do.
It might be so hard to
Hours.
do. God,
Oh, yeah.
dude. No, you see them do it like they do. They got like TikTok videos and shit where they would just cook a whole pig and then they're using this little chisel just and they just pull the skin off. It's like I won't sit. Like it's like that's the crispiest
Yeah.
bacon you'll ever eat in your life, dude.
But
Like,
it's also like if you haven't watched the show, they explain like barbecuing a whole hog is the hardest thing to do because you've got the loin and
The shoulder.
and all.
shoulder, yeah.
And each piece of meat has to cook at a different temperature
At a different rate.
Yeah.
and so it's so hard to do. That's why not a lot of people barbecue whole hogs.
And it also depends on like if you want to smoke it whole or if you're actually going to pit it, rotisserie roll. It just depends on how you want to cook it. Like people who rotisserie a whole hog, yo, all to you. Because
Exactly.
I gotta slow turn this hog for hours upon hours and make sure everything is cooked right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you just go Vlad the Impaler, shove it down his throat, stick it out of his ass, put it on thing, and just crank the fire up. I mean, that's pretty much what it is, man.
But yeah, hey,
Yeah.
watch Food Wars. I'm telling you,
Food Wars,
it's amazing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Definitely going to
All
put
right.
that on the list.
Yes.
I'm gonna have that look too. All right, so back to the question: if we could live in any universe, any anime where we get to choose our own power,
Yeah.
Essentially, be a sidekick or side character. Sorry.
Yeah.
just be a side character because obviously you don't want to be that guy. If I had to pick, like, because you always get to, if you could pick any superpower, what would you do? When I think of like superpowers, I think of the quirks from My Hero Academia.
Yeah, 'cause that's what it is.
So that's
It's-
basically what it is.
You
So-
gotta lose your toe, but it's
right.
fine.
So I don't give a shit. But if
No left toe for you.
No left toe
pinky
for me, I don't give a
I mean,
shit.
that's like in Assassin's Creed, to become an assassin, you have to
But they
lose.
changed it later on, didn't they?
I think they did.
Yeah.
Well, what was it like after Black Flag they changed it?
Yeah,
or
Black
was
Flag
it-
was where you didn't have to.
Jesus?
Yeah, I know it did that earlier. No
did
one
it
else saw it,
earlier.
but it did. Okay, so it wasn't just me this time.
No, not just
No, but no, I would probably say if I could pick my own power, like say for example, if I was a side character in My Hero Academia, I'd want to be a shapeshifter. Like that, I've always fantasized the concept of changing into anything you wanted to be.
So
you could be the recluse, or you could be. I could change into any animal. I could change
So-
into any
so here's the thing
object. I
with-
could change into any person. Like
So you
that's-
want a full morphin shape-shifting ability, and not just like changing to animals or changing to people. We want a full, complete molecule reassessment.
100%. Like if I had the physical mechanism to recalibrate every single cell and molecule and atom in my body to just change into whatever I wanted to change into, dude, that would be one of the coolest powers, because then, now it's a slippery slope because you can either use it for good or you can use it for evil, and nine times out of 10 the
I'd be
people who would
evil.
you would people out of 10 people would probably
with that
use it for
ability,
evil.
I'd be super evil. I'd commit murders at somebody else and get them framed.
If I would
pissed off enough, yeah, it'd be like, oh, you gonna do that to me? Okay, cool, bet you fixing to be on the news.
Yeah, it's like, so here's the thing. Like, if I had that ability, I would be like Oolong. He just went to the restroom. He'll be right back.
Yeah.
So if I had that ability, I'd be like Oolong in Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Because he eventually does kind of become a good guy.
Yeah.
But he definitely used his ability for evil.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it also depends on your definition of evil. Also, I mean,
No.
You've seen Dragon Ball, or have you only seen Dragon Ball Z?
I've seen a few episodes of Dragon Ball way back in the day, like in the Toonami stages, but I haven't seen Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
Okay, so in Dragon Ball the original, Oolong literally uses his ability to be a shapeshifter to abduct females.
Yeah.
To
do dirty thick shit too, pretty much.
To be his wife.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Self-arranged marriages, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, manipulative marriage.
Manipulative marriage.
Same thing, different religion. But I'm trying to read this guy's shirt, but he won't stand still long enough.
This is Jesus is coming. Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, all right.
But
thanks, man.
So that's what you. That's your power. You to pick or
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
He was just commenting on mine.
No, I said if.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
if that was what he wanted to do, yeah.
So Talon would be a full-on, complete molecular reassertive shapeshifter.
Yes.
As in, be in an object.
Inanimate
other
object,
person,
animal, another person.
a toaster,
Yes.
screwdriver.
A fly on the wall. Never know.
Yeah, exactly. Just something completely different from his actual form. So here's my thing. With that, would you be yourself but change physical characteristics of yourself?
I don't know. See, that's
Would
the
you
thing,
get yourself hair again?
Would I give myself hair again?
Yes.
No. I would. Well, that's the question.
That's $1 million
Y'all see how they
question.
do me? Y'all see how they do me on
Like,
this?
my thing is, like, if I had that ability,
Talon only had hair for like 5 years.
No,
So he doesn't
more like
know
4 years.
what it's like.
I have no idea what it's like to have a full head of hair. I was bald until I was about 5 years old, and then from 5 to 11, I had hair, and then by the time I was 11 and a half years old, it already started,
But here's the thing: you get to control having that hair. You get to actually have hair all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, but also think, but that's but
No
that's,
haircuts.
But that's like the same thing of somebody saying like, if Professor X can move things with his mind, why don't he move his legs?
But he doesn't move things with his mind. He communicates with his mind.
Communicates with his mind,
He's a,
right,
that's
yeah,
what, I don't know.
exactly.
I don't know why people think he's a telekinetic instead of a telepath, because he's a telepath.
Right.
Jean Grey is a full-on
Right.
telekinetic, telepathic creature.
Right.
Right.
And then she morphs into Dark
And then she
Phoenix, and then
kills
like,
everybody with her mind.
Yeah, and has one of the most. Yeah.
But no,
But that's what would be me. I'd be shapeshifting. So.
yeah. So I mean, I don't need to. I mean, if I did that, it'd be the same. But I'd make myself I'd just make myself in better physical shape.
Oh, of course.
I'd be
Right.
lazy.
That's
I'd be
right.
lazy and still have a 6-pack and
Exactly.
a big bolsterous chest.
Exactly.
Not 1 ounce of strength. at all.
Exactly.
I look like I can dust you.
I'd change my tattoos to match my clothes and shit. Like, I mean, it'd be crazy. I don't have I got 2 tattoos, but if I could have that ability, I mean, shit, changing anything you want, covered, man.
See, I don't know if see, because that's my thing. Like, every superpower has a flaw. So would your tattoos change with you?
Probably. I mean, I think, which I don't know, would it be like a mood ring, depending on how I feel, depending on what I can change into or something?
See, that's the thing. Like, it
you know?
depends. Like, when it comes to shapeshifting, it depends on like that. Because I can't remember what anime it was. It's like one of the villains was able to shapeshift, but he wasn't able to change his like tattoos, and that's what gave him away.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I couldn't remember which one it is off the top of my head, but that's one of the things like that. And also, like, there's ones like in like Mystique, she's able to do like perfect and everything like that, except when she shifts, you see her shifting. She doesn't do just like a straight. She's
Right.
blue.
She's blue.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And she's also not able to copy scent. So would you be able to copy scent as well?
Yeah. Or maybe be able to like maybe look at an object and then like I don't know, like something then like turn into that object or something.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah, but-
again, you would like for what we was fixing to say, if you turn yourself into an animate object, you would literally have to be perfectly still and you couldn't
Yeah, you'd be
move
like,
or you'd have
it's
to,
like
you
your
know.
Toy Story where Annie walks in, you just
Exactly.
Right. But like Roger was saying,
We're like Bluey, ragdoll.
Yeah.
but like Roger was just saying, would you be able to change your scent? So
That's a good question.
Because that's
the
how
thing,
Wolverine knows who Mystique is.
Right.
Yeah.
So like if you with your shape shifting ability, if you turn into the blender over there, right? Mm-hmm. Do you smell like a blender, or do you still smell like Talon?
Also, do you hurt yourself physically with the blades?
Yeah.
That would make that. You know what? That's a good question.
That's
That
always
is a
like
good
this,
question. No,
the,
no, because-
no, no.
but-
Well, the thing is, like stuff like this, I've always thought about this because, like, my
here's-
D&D mind.
But here's the better question: what reason would I have to turn into the blender?
You're being chased by somebody and hiding out.
If I'm being chased by somebody, I mean, you could turn into a tree. You could turn into.
But you would have to physically manifest a full tree.
How long will it take to manifest a full tree? Though?
Exactly. That's the
but there's
question.
Okay, well then,
Smaller objects would obviously be easier to do.
Well, obviously, if you realize that you have this superpower, you would immediately be like, okay, how long is this power going to take to manifest? How can I?
How much energy does it take
How
out
much
of you?
energy does it take? And like,
Yeah.
oh, I can turn myself into a fly,
that
or
Tony
I can
Farley?
turn myself. I thought it was for a second.
It's not, but
It looks like it.
It definitely looked like it. How's it going,
How you
buddy?
doing?
Doing good, man. But yeah, but I would say yes, shape shifting, and then
So-
see what would happen from there.
So what flaw would you give yourself? Because every power has a flaw. Like every superhero has a flaw, regardless.
I think probably kind of like what he said, the scent thing, because well, I don't know if you're changing yourself on a molecular level, that means everything would be.
well, Mystique can change herself on a molecular level, but
But
she
she
can't.
can't. She can't do her scent.
Yeah.
So,
So it's
so your
different.
essence would probably be the only thing that wouldn't change. So if that's the case, then yeah, the flaw would be if someone has super sensitive smell, they could probably figure it out. But to the normal person,
Or
they probably
telepath.
wouldn't. or telepath,
Yeah.
sure,
Because they cheat at everything.
Right.
right? I don't know. That is interesting. I'm going to have to sit down and think about that for a little bit. I've just always been fascinated with the idea of shape shifting, especially for me, like being more recluse in situations where it's like, I'm kind of social, but at the same time, if I feel like I guess unwanted or unneeded or kind of ignored, I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna turn a fly, buzz away, ain't nobody gonna miss me. Sometimes like that would be like for me, like if I change into, or in the weird, more inferiority complex scenario, you change yourself into somebody that people like, but at the same time, it's like you're still not being your authentic self in the end, and then that causes more mental breakdowns and capacities as well.
Well, that was another thing I was going to ask you. If you're copying someone else or you make someone else, would your mental capacity change, like alter to be that person?
I don't think,
Because the thing with Mystique is she's able to copy people exact because she studies them.
right, but
Right.
If I let's just for sake of argument, if there's some random person walking in the street and I just blink and I turn into that person, the only thing I've copied is just their physical appearance. I know nothing of their memories. I know nothing of even in a sense of, even if I have their brain and I have their knowledge as far as what they know in terms of like mathematics, languages, and things of that nature. The one thing I can't believe you can copy is somebody's memory. You know what I mean? Even if you do have the ability to molecularly get their brain, you wouldn't be. I don't think
you're fine.
You guys are completely fine.
Yeah, you
Make
guys
as much
good.
noise as you want.
Make as much
Be
noise as you want.
yes.
You're good.
It's all good. But like I said, like I don't think I could, because that's one thing you can't really take away from somebody is a memory.
Yeah.
Unless you become a dementia patient. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, because that's a sad way to go, dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you created an alter ego, like a different person, like let's say you make yourself a celebrity just out of the blue, you like become this person. Obviously, have qualities of celebrity, physical attraction, some kind of talent.
Money.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Right.
they eventually come into money, but
course.
like when you make yourself, like you would make yourself attractive. So when people look at you, they're obviously going to look at you. So you have that distinction. Make yourself physically like bigger or
Physically
something,
imposing and things of that
something
nature,
like
right.
that to also distinct yourself away from somebody else, like different, a normal person or something like that. Just things like that, and you create that alter ego. You have to create a different mindset for that person. So when you shift back and forth, so when you shift from who you normally are to the celebrity, is it like that, or is it something you have to like
Something you have to like mentally prepare
get
yourself
ready
to do.
for, exhaust yourself, like all that kind of stuff?
Well, I mean, the way you're describing it, particularly, it's kind of like and I know this is an anime episode, but it's in a way it's kind of similar to professional wrestling in a way. Like for example, like when I was like in that locker room, I'm Talon Worley, but when I go through that when I go through that curtain, I'm Talon Williams. It's two separate people, even though we look alike, sound alike, and probably think alike. It's two separate people.
But that's the thing, but the thing is, you're still thinking the same. You still have the same thoughts, knowledge, and memories, everything like that.
Right.
When you let's say you change from this to 6'5" basketball player, something like that,
Right.
just everything like that, like you have to flip that. Like your mind has to switch to a whole completely different lifestyle, style of just like behavior and everything like that.
Right, and if you don't, and that's the same. That's the thing. If you don't know how to properly acclimate yourself to that lifestyle, you will get exposed very quickly as a shapeshifter if that's the case. Now, again, everything we're talking about is obviously theoretical because none of us here have the ability to shapeshift or what the consequences of shapeshifting would be.
Well, yeah, of course. But
it's definitely an interesting discussion to have.
Well, since like I said, because we're side characters, obviously we don't have perfection like most main characters, or like that thing that makes us so distinct. Side characters always have like the flaw quality or something that, like when they do something, like they do it almost perfect, but like the thing doesn't always sit right with them. Like
or maybe it's one of the things like you can change yourself on a molecular level, but you only have a certain amount of time to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like how much energy do you exhaust? Like
how much energy? Yeah, how much energy?
And how does it affect your normal capacity, like normal body?
Yeah, that's
like with the oolong in Dragon Ball. And I know I keep going back to that, but it's
relevant. I get it.
Well, it seems like it's a fairly good example because when he does change, he can only change for a certain amount of time,
right?
And then, like once that time is up, he immediately changes back into himself,
right? Yeah. And it's almost to a point where it's like, if just in the case of the situation, if he's in a fight, or like I can only fight for so long, I only have this long to fight. Mm-hmm. If I don't finish this thing before this amount of time, then I'm dead because he's going to kill me because I don't have the same energy or power that I used to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Yeah.
Chip,
we'll let you do it.
Your side character.
That took a little long, and I apologize, but
no. It's an open discussion for a reason.
Yeah. Right.
I would literally be like a magician, a magic wielder.
Like in a sense of Black Clover style, or like an actual rabbit at the hat magician.
Black Clover style.
Okay. Wizard King.
Well, wizard, yeah. I think that you can do more things.
Yeah.
And of course.
Well, it depends on your study of magic too, I guess.
Right, and with it being a side character, it would almost be like clearly a novice.
Yeah.
And everything. So there's that.
So you have like a spell backlash every now and then, or something like that, or like it doesn't completely do it, or you waste too much energy or mana, depending on what systems.
Yeah, depending on what system that you use, whether it's mana, energy, or whatnot.
Chakra, like Naruto, depending on your actual essence of manifested magic.
Correct.
Yeah. But you can also be a side character and also be vital to the hero in a sense, like like a mentor, or someone who the hero comes to if they need advice, or hey, I need you to help me do something, or hey, can you do something like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So very similar to what you're saying is in the new D&D movie, Honor Among Thieves. There's he becomes a main character, but he's almost a side character at the beginning, and he becomes very vital to the main character, played by Chris Pine. Yeah. But towards the end of the movie, to where he almost becomes the main character himself. So in a sense.
Well, like that's the thing with like side characters in anime. Like you all get your arcs where you eventually become better, or you train. Like, 'cause I mean, even like just the basics of going down to Dragon Ball Z, Krillin starts out, even when he's from the side character of being early on with Goku, he's an equal up to a certain point.
Right.
But DBZ, he's obviously not on the same level as Saiyans, but he's still strong enough to hold his own or be able to help in a way that helps our main characters get to the fight or be able to do something, whether it be him having to sacrifice his life to give Goku that next step against Frieza, obviously.
Right.
Or later on where he is able to hold his own against the androids for a little bit and eventually able to convince one to become good. Well, technically convince both of them to be good in a
Yeah,
sort of in a way.
yeah. But
stuff
one
like
of them really more than the other.
Yeah, well, we know why, but I can't blame the man on that one.
No.
But that just proves not Goku. I'm sorry. That just proves Krillin's loyalty. I mean, he's willing to sacrifice himself for the good of the cause and stuff like that. Like, and multiple times and stuff like that.
Well, you got to think like there's like different side characters like Bakugo in My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
He's our side character, but he's also the main, not the main antagonist. He's the starting antagonist for Deku because all he wants to do is beat the crap out of Deku because he was nice to him as a kid.
Right.
That's such a stupid flawed reason.
Right.
And then, nice to me.
Yes.
And screaming and
You be nice to me and I'm going to beat you up.
And screaming at All Might, like, why did you choose him? Why did you choose him and not me?
Because you already had powers, you son of a bitch.
Right. Yeah.
But like, no, like.
Quit being an asshole. That's all I'm saying.
But the thing is, he's Deku's motivation to get so much stronger and faster that he dedicates his training so much. Like, I mean, he learns to sort of use all for one, no, one for all. All for one.
I think it is all for one.
One for all.
One for one, one for all.
Because all for one is the villain. One for all. I'm saying this probably backwards.
Three Musketeers, ladies and gentlemen.
But no, because all for one is the main the big villain, which stupidly, spoiler, he's such a big villain that he gets arrested, and that's how he gets defeated.
Yeah. Which makes zero sense.
Yeah, that
But
no.
but no, like Deku's motivation is to be as strong as Bakugo so fast. But I mean, Deku wasn't born with a quirk, so it's kind of a weird comparison. But it is the motivation drive. Then we have Sanji and Zoro and One Piece that are the 1 and 2 for Luffy. Like that's his main 1 and 2, and they're able to hold their own. Like they're skilled in their own essence, but they also have their own training arcs. Zoro gets beat by a butter knife. Spoiler alert. Not even joking. He literally gets beat by a 3-inch butter knife.
Yeah.
And that gives him the motivation to try to become even better, and just things like that. But no, like so, with your magic, what was your magic like? Are you just doing broad magic or doing specific magic, or?
I think it's gonna be. I think it would be more broad, to where like if somebody needed some specific, I could fill that gap, fill that role.
So do you have this like as in like just instilled knowledge, or like are there spell books or
spell books that I have to read and learn, and
practice, obviously.
Right, but I also think that is part of the downfall because maybe the spell book is written wrong or whatnot because it's obviously not my spell book. I didn't write it.
Yeah.
These are handed down, or maybe they're in a language that I haven't learned to communicate in, or whatnot.
Or what if somebody needs a spell done to them and you don't know how to do it? Where do you go? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like, do you have mages that teach you, or the schools, guilds, or is it just like literally just books from somewhere?
I think the world that we live in, there would be schools and like guilds or whatnot. But I think the other flaw to my character is he's more of a loner. So the possibility of like going to a guild or it's almost like in his mind it's almost like I'm better than that. I don't need to do that. And then eventually as the story goes on, the character that I am portraying eventually comes around and is like, okay, like there's too much. I need to go, to a guild and learn how to do these things. So
you almost feel compelled to do it.
Well, it's like, I would compare myself to kind of like a Vegeta almost, where it's like I want to be the best.
Like no one ever was.
Right.
To catch them is your real test.
But yeah, and Vegeta spends his entire life trying to be as strong as Goku and can never make it. So I want to be the best wizard there is.
Yeah. You want to be the Wizard King.
Right.
Yep.
So
makes sense. Yeah, that's good. That's a good guess. What about you, Roger? What you?
Me, I'd probably be in the world of JoJo.
Okay.
I'd say probably manga-wise part 4 or 5. Started Diamonds Unbreakable or Golden Wind.
Okay.
Which anime seasons 3 and 4. Yeah, 3 and 4. But no, like stands they're a manifestation of like the person, so they're specific to you and what you would do and everything like that. And you can either be born a stand user or made a stand user. It's really becomes very blurred later on,
Right.
Which is great to me because it makes no sense. It's beautiful. But no, like if I had a stand, I'd
Spoiler
have,
alert.
I mean, if you, like I said, once you start watching Stardust Crusaders, it sort of shows you that.
Right. Well, while on that subject, because you had recommended Stardust Crusaders, but like what we were talking about earlier, Phantom Blood and Battle Tendencies are the first season. Why should I skip that before going to Stardust?
Because they're not the same as the rest of the series. Stardust Crusaders and on introduces stands. They don't have stands in Battle Tendencies or Phantom Blood Battle Tendencies. They use Hamna, which is pretty much key, like Dragon Ball, like inner energy kind of stuff.
Okay.
And the first one is really just about two dudes who have a beef, squabbling.
Okay.
And then it introduces Weird Stone Mask and then vampirism. And then later on it becomes even more obscure in the second part. And literally, like, they all have is just this magical power, like, in essence, overall.
So it's more like an origin kind of season?
Yes and no. I usually recommend Stardust Crusaders to people because it sort of gives you the parts of Battle Tendencies and Phantom Blood that you need to know.
Okay, so it's just like, you can watch it if you choose to.
Yeah.
But everything that you need to know about that first season is going to be rehashed in Stardust, pretty much.
Well, the thing was, like I said, with Stardust is when they introduce stands, so it becomes literally like they go from having like this, pretty much like this saying ability of like manifesting energy and to fight and stuff like that, to literally manifesting creatures, or like there's a stand is, like I said, is a manifestation of the person who has that ability. So it's like literally a second of you, but as a powered kind of creature. And like there's different manifestations, and people aren't the only ones that have. There's animals that have this ability too.
It's weird. It's very, very weird.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting the way you're describing it right
JoJo
now.
is weird. Like it literally, like means called JoJo's
Bizarre Adventure for a reason.
Like
right.
It's literally a weird anime, but it really is so interesting and so intricate with like the stories it tells and everything. And it sort of is part 1, 2, and 3 are connected. So Phantom Blood, Battle Tendencies, Stardust Crusaders, and Diamonds Unbreakable are like a whole arc itself. But like I said, you get all you need from. And Stardust Crusaders, you get what you need, the importance of Battle Tendencies, Phantom Blood, and then there's continuation on that. 4, 5, and 6 sort of do connect still with it, but they sort of continue on a further story. So the most part of it is all based on the Joestar family bloodline.
Yeah.
That's all you really need to know.
Okay.
But no, like with them, they all have like different, like there's interesting ones. I'm gonna spoil a little some stands for you.
That's fine.
And they're all, the thing is like they're all when they were being created. Crap, I forgot his name. I want to say Akira, but I feel like that's not right. The creator, he literally names in Stardust Crusader, the stands are named after tarot cards.
Okay.
So yeah, it is interesting. But later on, they become known after bands, musicians, rappers, or songs. So everyone is
wicked.
Yeah. So everyone like, and when you start seeing it, well, in Stardust Crusader, he does it too, because there's one of the big villains. Sorry, spoiler for sure on this one. His name is Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Or as we call it, I forgot what they dubbed it in English. Crap, I don't remember what they called it.
Because they would have to redub it.
Oh, they do. And dubbing, they definitely change it. In the Japanese version, they don't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, they'd have to call it something completely different here because, of the...
But in, like, I think in Golden Wind specifically, like, they have Notorious B.I.G., but I think they just call him Big. So like they find little ways around it. Red Hot Chili Peppers is just chili pepper in English and everything like that. So they're like just weird ones. But like a stand. Like I was saying, stands. There's Jotaro, who's the main guy in 3, or Stardust Crusader. His stand is named Star Platinum, and it's super fast with fighting and everything like that. Like it can throw hands like no one else, stuff like that. But and later on they get more intricate. Like there's a bird named Pet Shop, and he has a stand, and his stand is called Horus, and he's able to control ice. It's an elemental.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Later on, you get cooler stuff like Josuke and Diamond's Unbreakable. His stand can heal stuff back to the original form, and he manipulates things in a way to where like they get broken, but he's able to like. One part is like he heals this rock so much, like he's fighting this dude, but he's also healing the rock at the same time, that the dude gets pushed into the rock and becomes the rock. That's how he beats them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So before we get too far up, what's your power?
It's a stand. So obviously I was going to say it's a stand. I would want something probably elemental wise, because there's not really many elementals in JoJo to begin with. One of the strongest one is an elemental is weather report. He's able to literally control the weather, barometric pressure, wind speed, thunderstorms on the spot, everything like that. Floods, including like a locust frog plague. Like he rains down frogs out of nowhere and everything like that.
You gonna name him Moses too? Is that what?
I wish. No, but no. Like it'd be something cool. It would have to be. A cool, either a cool band name or a cool rapper name. I'm trying to think about what it would be.
Don't tell me it'd be J. Cole.
No. But that would be cool. Control wind.
Well, there is another
air.
band called Swarm of Locusts, so that's probably no.
No, like these are so like. Let me think. I'll call it like. You know what? I'd be mine would be. No, they already have something like that. Crap. I'm trying not to call. There's so many of them. Like there's so many intricacies, stuff like that.
I got one for you. Call it. It's J. Cole and Kanye West. Call him Ye Cole.
No, like they don't combine stuff like that. Let me think.
A few moments later.
You know what? Just for you, Ice 9 kills, and I'm able to control ice.
Nice. I like that.
I know there's already been an ice elemental in season 2, part 3, but his weakness is that he was a freaking falcon, so he didn't have like good control of it or anything like that. Obviously, my stuff is like there's no air or water in the area or something like that. Can't really do anything. It's just like Frozone and Incredibles, where you can't create ice in the burning building.
Well, that's what I was fixing to ask. Is it the ability to control ice, or control water to ice, or the ability to manifest
ice?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and create it obviously in different ways, shape it in any way, stuff like that.
So since we used X-Men and Jean Grey, so it'd be kind of like Iceman from X-Men.
Yes, which would be. If I could ever get to his Omega Mutant level, that'd be great. Where I can actually create ice within people's bodies and stuff like that. It frees them inside out, or just literally start the heart or stuff like that. But obviously, my flaws, like I said, is like if there's no air, water, moisture, or anything like that that can create the ability of ice, I can't make ice. Stuff like that, or something like that. Like if I'm like in a situation like fire, can't create because there's no oxygen or moisture in the air. A desert is really hard to get moisture from the air there. Just stuff like that.
Although there is moisture in the sand.
Yeah, so deep in the sand, so it'd be hard to. You'd have to get it out.
Well, but it depends on how strong you are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And of course, like we've been talking, you're a side character.
Yeah, so I don't have.
But some side characters are pretty strong.
Oh no, especially in JoJo, they make a lot of them. And Golden Wind, I think Bushirade is probably the best character in that, and he's the second character. He's definitely the number 2, and his abilities, he can create zippers on people.
Create zippers?
Yeah, his character is called. It's technically his name in Japanese is Sticky Fingers, but in English is Zipper Man, and he's able to literally put zippers on people, and it literally can loosen you up and create like portals and everything like that. So he uses it. There's one part in it where he's fighting on a train, and he's able to like throw himself in and out of the train with a zipper. Because he can literally put zippers on anything. He's able to like literally detach his whole entire body, like piece by piece, by putting zippers anywhere, and reconnects himself.
Yeah. Now these Talon zippers or YKK zippers?
These are like just regular like jacket zippers, buttons, like
so Talon zippers, sweet.
Yeah, just regular zippers. Like
I never realized it was Talon zippers until like I always knew YKK zippers, but I didn't know there was a brand of zippers named Talon. I was like,
Yeah, YKK or YKK.
Whoa, sir.
Hold on,
Sir.
he stuttered. It's all that happened.
YKKs are the most common zipper there is.
Right. Yeah. That's probably why.
Well, because the zip is smoother than
Yeah.
the Talon zippers. Talon zippers tend to get hung up more often.
They're also
depending
thinner
on,
too. You see them mostly in like dress pants and
Right.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these are like regular, like something you would see on like a hoodie or something like that with a thick like zip and everything like that.
Right.
I'm going to step away for a second.
We can pause right here because I need a refill. All right, so we are back from our quick pit stop. We had to take one. We've been drinking a lot of caffeine.
Say
and-
piss stop.
Yes,
What'd you
piss
say?
stop.
Piss stop, not a piss stop.
But no, yeah, we've been drinking tons of caffeine and smoothies and whatnot.
Yeah.
Everything here has been amazing.
super
literally,
amazing.
literally, smoothies are great. You've drank tea and you've enjoyed it.
It's very, very good.
We've
Earl
all
Grey.
drank-
Let that Earl Grey flow through your veins, ladies and
We've
gentlemen.
all drank caffeine, coffee in general. I think we've tried almost everything on the menu.
I think the only thing that I haven't had
With the tea.
is I haven't had a boba and I haven't had a freezer.
Yeah.
I thought you did have a freezer.
No,
you just
I
smoothie.
just smoothie and then 2 different kinds of coffee.
Yeah, and I've had a smoothie and 2 types of coffee also as well.
I just had a coffee and a tea. So
But no, we're good here. It's amazing. Like I said, everybody just come down. Seriously. Yeah, we had
Yeah,
hot chocolate over there.
yeah.
But I've not drank the hot chocolate. But no, come down here, get some drinks, get yourself a punch card so you can get yourself a free drink after 9,
8.
8,
6, 7, 4.
8. Yeah,
Yeah, the 8.
because it's 7
8th one
Dragon
is
Ball.
free.
And yep, 8-1. But no, we were talking about our powers and everything like that. And obviously, I said a stand power, ice ability, and everything like that.
Come in.
But no, so my last part of this question, so we can wrap this one up,
All right.
is what anime world will we all three coincide in as the 3 main casts, as the trio?
Is this with the abilities that we've all said we would have?
Yes. Like, what world we want to interfere
What
in?
world would we interfere in?
And we could either be the big bad or we could be the 3 big heroes.
Oh, I'm definitely a big bad.
Well, that means we will have to be big bads. then.
Yeah,
And
which
so-
was just okay with me.
Well, how would we combine our? I mean, you have magic ability, but you don't have
Triplet team powers activate.
full
That-
capability to control. Like, because we're still going in with our flaws and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're still going with our
yeah.
flaws, but so I think with okay, so I'm a wizard.
Yeah.
But I think that would help you because maybe I could conjure up the stuff to make ice.
Water and something like that. So you would literally be the person to go after first.
Right. And then Talon has the ability to shapeshift. So
that's the thing. Like when you're going into a fight, are you like? That's what I asked. Like you're doing complete molecular control. So do you gain strength as you build, like give yourself muscles, or is it just a physical appearance?
I would ask Chip to create me a potion that would elongate my energy or give me the excess extra energy I would need to possibly complete a fight.
Okay.
Or possibly extend my powers to a certain degree.
that's a great idea, but you got to remember, I still have flaws, so I might not be able to create that potion properly.
And how do we know this world has the ingredients to create the potion?
That is true.
Right.
So we would have to pick a world.
We have to figure out what world would best suit all three of us.
So Dragon Ball is out of the question.
Dragon Ball is completely out of the
definitely question. I think my hero is out of the question as well.
Yeah.
It's a possibility. Let's put it in the maybe right now. I can see it being out of the question because of the ingredient situation. But it's like they're sort of based in regular, everyday, normal life, which is superheroes technically.
Right.
Definitely not Naruto.
No. Black Clover would
Probably be the
Black
best
Clover
for you.
would fit
probably be the
you.
best for me, but then
Would JoJo
then
work
you-
for all of us?
No.
No, destroyed us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're done on that.
their plot armor is beyond anything else. Like it's ridiculous. If we're being the big bad, obviously. Demon Slayer.
I was gonna go Demon Slayer, but I don't really know.
See,
Because what if I for some reason shapeshift into a demon to make it for a distraction or something, and then a demon slayer is like, okay, he's really a demon. Cut my head off.
The
I'm
thing
dead,
is, since we're the big bads, we would be demons already.
that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm almost thinking, you kind of mentioned this earlier. What if we took over the world of Pokemon?
So we're gonna be Giovanni and Team Rocket, sort of as, or Team Galactic. Like the thing is, like when they're doing it, like they're just trying to control all Pokemon and make money off of it. Like, what would our if we have ability? So I don't know Pokemon we would fit in Pokemon because we'd be so OP ourselves. We would be Pokemons ourselves.
I know. That's a difficult question
That
because
is a difficult question.
you've got to find the right world that fits your stand, my wizardry, and his shape shifting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's switch it up. Instead of us being big bads, what if we're the good guys?
It would still
And
sort of
we're
be the
protectors?
same.
Yeah.
Would it still be the same?
Yeah.
Sort of is because we still have to fit in that world with our capabilities. I mean, my hero for good guys might be our thing because it would just be our quirk. You would have your magic would be your quirk. Mine
Right.
would be a sort. It wouldn't be a stand. I think I'd just have the elemental.
Be more
power.
like like a doppelganger in a sense, but that you created that
Well,
would have that power. But,
there's,
but that's the thing. Like you say, you create a stand, which basically means you're creating a doppelganger of yourself, correct?
What about
no stands don't look anything like people.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, they're like the only thing that they have they would manifest from the person's soul or like their ideology or something like that. So they still look. Some of them look human-esque, like they are humanoid, and some aren't. Like,
Yeah, we're looking at the wall trying to figure out which one. we would-
I'm actually just thinking in general. Like I'm just trying to think.
I'm
Like
just-
for heroes, for us being the good guys, my hero would probably be the best one for us to sort of say.
Right.
Because we obviously we would be in school to learn to be heroes to begin with. So you would get your teachings and your ability. I would get my teachings and my ability. You get teachings and your abilities sort of ramp up, and we would learn how to control better overall. In that way, but villains, that's a hard one because
Villains is a hard one because
Yeah.
I mean you have to think of like all the heroes from the like,
I mean, we could be from a different universe in Dragon Ball, maybe.
maybe
Possibly, since in Super they did create the
Multiverse.
multiverse.
The lazy verse.
Right. Would our powers work in Jujutsu Kaisen?
They use cursed energy. So the villains are all essentially, well, for the most part, demon-esque. Like they're cursed spirits. Maybe we could be cursed spirits.
Yeah.
And have all abilities coming. The thing with them is Jujutsu Kaisen has they all have a ultra or ultimate special, however you want to call it, where it's domain, and you would create like a framed world, like you would capture somebody in this domain and you would be able to control it in a way. So we all could do that where you'd be able to do a domain and you would have the magical control of stuff, and you could just shape you can shift things around and shapeshift. And since you can shapeshift yourself, you're okay, but the person in it can't do it, so you're just tearing them apart molecularly.
Right.
And me obviously created a cold tundra where I'm okay, but they're not okay. Like, because each domain is specific to that person and their ability.
Right. You had mentioned Pokemon a minute ago. You would think like, okay, well, if we could, take over, we pretty much take over Pokemon because we could destroy. However, if you think of like Mr. Mime, like he has the ability to break you down on a molecular level. So if the way he moves his hands at such a speed, it breaks you down on a molecular level. So would you, if for example, if I could shapeshift on a molecular level and he could break anything down on a molecular level, like that, he would probably be the only weakness, the only hope for humanity against somebody like me who can.
What ability does he control molecular?
He can use speed, to manipulate. You remember? Because he can use that speed with his hands. You know what I'm talking about?
No, that's just how he does moves in general. It's like because he's a mime.
Yeah, he's a mime. Yeah,
but he's not breaking down somebody on a molecular level.
What was the YouTube channel that I seen? I think it was Vsauce 3 where he broke it down like why Mr. Mime is the dangerous Pokemon character.
Well, he's an ultra psychic ability user.
Yeah,
right. He can use stuff like Nightshade and Metronome and stuff like that to copy moves and everything. But I don't know what move in Pokemon breaks stuff down in my molecular level.
I would have to. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I'd have to go back and I have to rewatch the video and send it to you. But that's basically what he was. Basically, he would be moving at such a high speed or rate that it would put your body, basically freeze your body on a molecular level.
No, because
it would let you go.
In that way, like Arcanine, Rapidash, Pikachu,
Ampharos.
Yeah, anything that has like super speed would be able to do that. So I mean, that's kind of weird that they would do that.
And there's also like
then there's Gengar, Haunter, Ghastly. Those would probably be more dangerous than him because they're ghosts and he can literally manifest into you.
Exactly, that one. Yeah,
right.
But like I said, I mean, it's just a video that I've seen. I'm sure. I don't know if you've seen it or whatever, but I'll send it to you and let you look at it and then you give your opinion about it. But
would the world of Fairy Tail work?
Yeah, for the most part, because it's magic capability. Like most of the stuff is magic capability.
That just popped into my head. I was like, for the villain, like we're pretty much set that if we were the big three heroes, my hero is going to be it.
Yeah.
But for the villains, it would be
One Piece.
Oh, I didn't think about that one.
We could have Devil Fruit ability, which we couldn't swim, but I can create. There's literally an ice controller, so he just walks over water on ice, so he's able to not go into water.
Yeah.
I think that's the dumbest flaw of a power system in a show where they're all pirates. They can't swim. Devil Fruit users can't swim. We're in fucking water all the time.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
It really makes no sense.
No.
But no, like we all have different Devil Fruit abilities. Yours would be magical essence, and yours would be obviously be shape shifting, and mine would be ice, which already is an ice user, like I said.
Yeah.
And he's a badass too. So I mean, he's able to do pretty cool stuff. I can't believe I didn't think about that at first.
Something else just popped into my head also. With your ability to freeze, like for example, you said something about One Piece. Like, would you freeze the entire ocean?
Like the thing is, like he's able to like literally create. He's literally able to freeze he's on an island
as he's walking.
He creates an ice bridge for himself for safety.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because I was thinking, it's like, what if we fucked with the ecosystem in the sense like you
well,
just
no.
freeze everything,
So,
you know what I mean?
Devil fruits have limitations.
Yeah.
For the most part, because like Luffy is that he's rubber. He's able to stretch, but he also has to eat a lot because he uses so much energy and everything like that. But he also has a limitation of where he can stretch and stuff like that.
Right.
And then there's I don't want to do any spoilers because Devil Fruit, you can only have one Devil Fruit. You can only eat one and contain that ability. There's a cheating motherfucker who has 3. 3. Even though in the world you can only have 1. That's how OP this guy is able to control 3.
Golly.
But no, like there's a fire element. There's a dude that control magma. So he creates lava and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So One Piece probably would be the best to be a big bad because I mean, to be a trio. Because like the thing is like with most Devil Fruit users, they're all captains of their own pirate army, and we would all be our own crew and everything like that. So we could do something like that. maybe that's the one I could think of that we would fit in because we would have devil fruit, and like I said, we'd be able to protect each other. I could literally freeze stuff so we wouldn't fall in the water. You could probably create magic to sort of do like a Moses thing where you part water.
Yeah.
Right, and I can be.
You could shift into a boat.
I can shift into the boat.
Well, the thing is, he wouldn't be able
to.
to touch the water though.
Why would I not be able to touch
Because
the water?
that's the fault of devil fruit. You can't swim.
Yeah, well,
You could fly though.
that's the saying. I could fly,
Yeah.
and if he parts the water, I could literally. I mean, like I said, change into anything you want.
Yeah.
Man, that would be.
Change it to a cup and drown and die.
Yeah,
If somebody just fills
probably.
you up with water.
Feels really good.
You try to sneak in by changing it to. You try to sneak onto somebody's ship.
Who am
by
I,
being-
Chip from Beauty and the Beast? Like, I mean, it's like
Hey,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
do what I got.
that's right.
I'll just fly over him like an eagle and then turn into a big ass fucking like a bigger boat and just land around on top of him. What are we looking at?
I was just trying to see if there was another anime out. This time I am searching, but no, like non-sports wise, obviously sports anime because we
Right.
all have magical abilities and everything.
Right.
But no, like I think One Piece would probably be the best fit for us as villains and My Hero as heroes. Which
Yeah.
is ironic.
I like that idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best options.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
that's,
Thank you guys for being patient with me with this because, again, still the novice at this. But, again, sitting here talking about it, I've learned a lot just sitting here.
Yeah.
You know, and I got more to watch and more to learn. My son's already asked me to date. She got a text message saying he wants to go home. They're at my sister-in-law's right now, saying he wants to go home and watch another episode of Demon Slayer before he goes to bed. I'm like, that's fine. I'm cool with that. You know,
Mate,
so
let him watch a couple because you're at episode 4, so you're about to get into the
Yeah.
first training arc,
yeah, it's been a great show so
which
far.
means you're close
you
to
know.
meeting Inosuke.
There you go. Hey, I've heard a lot about that. Yes, so I'm looking forward to it. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen,
Man, I just
unless
thought
you guys
about
have anything you want to say,
I just thought of a power I should have done. Never mind. We're not going to worry about it. That'll be for another episode.
that's
Another
another
episode.
episode.
Yes.
All right, sounds good. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you so much to all of our good buddy. Hey, you want to see if he wants to come over here and say hi?
He's working right now.
Oh, he's working
trying
right
to
now.
get.
Oh.
He's trying to clean up.
He's trying to clean up. All right. But yes, Plus Ultra Coffee right here at Bradley Square Bowler in Cleveland, Tennessee. You guys come by, check it out. A lot of great, caffeinated beverages that you could use to stay awake for, 17 hours. But definitely really, really good.
They're right next to the theater, and if you bring in your movie stub, you get 10% off.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna
if
say
you watch
that,
a movie, come right over, enjoy yourself a coffee to keep yourself awake. If you watch one of the earlier shows or even a later show, you got to
yeah.
drive home. You want to stay up and everything like that.
Yeah.
Also, just sit down and chill out, enjoy the environment because this place is so chill and
Well,
beautiful.
he also has a bookshelf full of manga. You can
Yep.
You can read while you're drinking your coffee.
He also has some board games,
or
Jenga,
whatnot.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
He did.
He had Catan in the back. I'm like, who has time to play that? You know what I mean?
We did.
Yeah. He also said that he's working on a menu of food. Right now, he only has muffins, coffee, teas, boba, lattes, smoothies,
Iced coffee.
iced coffee. Yeah, he could pretty much do any of his hot coffees as an iced coffee.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, he
Even
has,
transitional coffee.
yeah,
Yes.
yes, the black clover transition was amazing. He also has items for sale.
He's got some Funko Pops. He actually
Funko
has
Pops.
if you notice in the case, he has a mint, a 9.8 mint first issue Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
Woo! I'm about to go check that
He
out.
has the full Demon Slayer manga set,
Yep.
box set, including commemorative issues, and it's literally the full box set. He still has it in box. He also has the Full Metal Alchemist one, which I wanted so bad.
Yes.
Temptation was so hard on that one.
Yep.
But
And
his-
coffee mugs and also
his own coffee.
His own
With
coffee,
The
yes.
the Gojo, which is what I drank.
Yeah,
and
it's-
Chip out also.
It's a Plus Ultra Coffee exclusive. You can only get it here at Plus Ultra Coffee.
It is a iced coffee, but I did ask for it warm because I don't like iced coffee. That's just a preference. But no, it was delicious as a warm coffee, and you had it as a cold coffee, and you devoured it.
Yeah, devoured.
But
you
no,
chewed it. It was so good.
But no, he has some figures and pops, and I mean, like I said, just come enjoy some of the beautiful artwork. There's actually a chalk wall, as you can see on one of the cameras. There's a chalk wall where you can actually just draw on it, and there's been beautiful artwork already on there.
Absolutely.
And then the waifu wall right there too.
Yes.
Well, for you guys, we know who you are.
Absolutely. And if you do live in the Cleveland area or in the surrounding Tennessee area, it's the address is 200 Paul Huff Parkway, Northwest, and here in Cleveland, Tennessee. If you guys want to come check it out, just literally right on the corner of Bradley Square Mall, right next to the AMC Theater. And this place is great. The ambiance is great. You know, the service is awesome. How's it going?
And he's also open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Closed Monday and Tuesday. Fridays, every Friday they have some kind of event happening. Come down, enjoy the culture, enjoy the people, meet some people just like you. Every Saturday or so, I think he said Saturdays, they'll have like trivias and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sundays I think is his early close day. I think it closes at 6. So.
Closes at 6 on Sunday, 9 o'clock Wednesday through Friday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yes. Sorry.
No, for sure. Just come down here, enjoy it. Like we said, cool vibe. Just if you're an anime fan or just a fan of the nerd culture, this is a place for you. If you like coffee but you don't like Starbucks like some of us,
Right.
come out and enjoy some real coffee.
Exactly. It's good coffee too. Yeah, man. So that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Anything else you guys want to say before we bounce out of here this evening?
As always, check out movementradio.us. That is your one-stop shop for all things Movement Radio.
What you got to say, Raj?
As always, just check out our YouTube, subscribe. Come down to Plus Ultra Coffee. Enjoy yourself. Like, this was a great experience. We're going to do it more, for sure.
You never know when we're going to be sitting here doing a podcast, and if you come in and want to jump in on the conversation,
We always have
an open mic.
Yes, right here. Always an extra mic. And since we are here at Plus Ultra, of course, we got to send love to the sponsor, the OG, GearAnime.com. Once again, go to GearAnime.com/Movement Radio, and then if you use promo code Move Radio at checkout, you get free shipping here in the United States. Also, thank you to all of our other sponsors, AudibleTrial.com, Canva, Zulily, W.GG, Elementor, GetResponse, Just Cash Clothing, and Entertainment Earth. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening to us, and we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. So until next time, let's hit them with the outro.
Please do not leave without leaving a like, comment, share, and subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform and right here on YouTube.
Make sure you check out all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel, subscribe, click the bell to get notified of our latest videos. Check out streamlabs.com/Movement Radio/merch. Go cop some merch. And also, again, movementradio.us, your one-stop shop for all things Movement Radio.
I am Chip Hazard.
I am Talon Williams.
And I'm Roger Sierra.
And this is Movement Radio.
God's plan.